Well, hello again to all you fine people out there in YouTube land. You know what today is? It's cleaning day. Alright, once again I'm on my model railroad workbench, but oh well, it's the best place I have to do this. As you can tell, I've got my wife's Mossberg 702 on the new rifle rest, and I'll be using it to hold all the parts and whatnot. And I'll do a as best cleaning video as I can for you guys, but it's going to be difficult given the layout of this area. Alright, got the rifle right here sitting on the rifle rest. I have my cleaning supplies conveniently right here next to me. Just toss them in there real quick, get that out, get the cleaning stuff out, all my assorted cleaning shit. Alright, first thing we got to do is get this bad boy apart. So I am going to enlist the help of a handy dandy screwdriver set. Now, the screws for this rifle, take it apart, are right here and right here. It ain't rocket science. You go in, you unscrew them, and the stock comes off from the barrel. So get the screws out, or screwdriver out, get the little extension piece, booyakasha, and find the closest bit that you can that fits it. So, obviously, first things first, you're going to unscrew this little sucker, stick it in, and undo it. Like such. Alright. These screws are different, so remember what they look like. Stick it in there so it won't roll away. Do the same thing right here. Unscrew it, unscrew it. Get your hand down here to catch it in case it falls out. There you go. Now take that back on the Mossberg Model 702s. They are not different. They are on the Marlin Model 60. So that's done. You just separate the action from the stock. I don't know if all of them are like this, but this one is, and it's a bitch and a half to get it off sometimes, because the stock, I need to clean it up a little bit with a freaking a rasp or a file, and I might do that today off camera. But as you can tell, it's a real snug fit. I'm trying not to break anything. Alright, this can go off to the side, out of the way, seeing as it's synthetic. This needs to rest on the on that rifle rest. Your next step, there is two little friction pins, one right here and one right here. You need to pop those out. You can use a screwdriver for this. Just take it, and these little fuckers are really particular about which way they go. Get it, push it through, pull it out, stick it where it won't get lost. Do the same thing on this side. Find which end wants to come out the easiest. Push it. Sometimes you might have to work them a little bit. Reach around, grab it out. You would be a cunt. Alright, there we go. Stick them in. Now you're ready to take the trigger and sear and all that fun stuff out. These guns are real finicky. You got to pull it back and slide it out like such. You got to pull the bolt back first. Make sure you do that with these 702s. Did I mention that they are a pain in the ass to take apart for cleaning? And your recoil buffer. Do not lose that. It's not attached in there like it is in the Marlin 60. It's a separate piece that loves to fall out and give you headaches and shit. Alright. This is your firing mechanism. You don't have to take this down a whole lot. And I'll show you how to get in here and clean this real quick. But I did forget something, so I gotta pause it and grab the rest of my cleaning supplies that I need. So be right back. Alright, we're back. And you might be wondering what was so crucial I had to stop the video. Well, I forgot these. These suckers are wonderful when you're cleaning guns, because they can get down in there where your fingers and brushes and all that other stuff just can't. Get in there and wipe every nook and cranny down. There's no such thing as a cleaning that is too thorough when you're talking about the cleanliness of your guns. Get your mag well. That traps a lot of dust and debris naturally. This little channel right here that the bolt slides along. All of it. Now, as you can tell, this gun isn't all that dirty. That's because it constantly it doesn't get fired anywhere near as much as my guns do. This is my wife's gun, and she's not as devoted a shooter as me, I guess you could say, but she still does love her Second Amendment rights. Alright, this is clean now. Cock that hammer back so it can go back in the way it's supposed to. Alright, next, the fun part, taking the bolt out. You're going to push back on it and let it come up a little bit, and your bolt handle comes out separately just like the Marlin 60 does. And then very carefully, very easily, stick your thumb in here and push up on it, and it'll come right on out. Now make sure you don't lose that guide rod that's in there. It's just like the Marlin 60, it is separate from the spring. That's your guide rod for your spring. That right there is the heart of the weapon. It keeps the spring from binding up and getting all crooked and twisted and everything else. Now, same thing. Get in here, wipe it down with a Q-tip. God, look at that. Isn't that filthy? Get it in there, wipe everything. Every little nook and cranny. Just like that right there. Get it all out. Then you take you a Hops number 9 gun wipe. Wipe it all down on the inside. Now, if you're new to guns and you haven't figured it out yet, firearms ownership is dirty. Make sure you get that chamber, the outside face of that chamber wall, to include the little crevices in there where the extractor claws on the bolt rest when the bolt's closed. Get it all. That shit's like a magnet for dirt and dust and debris. And then once you got that nice and clean, you get you a another gun wipe, and you do the same thing to all of the internal parts of the bolt itself. Starting with the guide rod, just take it, hold it in there in the wipe, twist it, hold it in there and twist it again. After a couple passes it should be clean. And make sure you get this big end right here on the end. Get it nice and clean too. Your spring, that needs to be cleaned obviously. It doesn't matter what method you use to clean the spring, just so long as it gets completely wiped down. This is the big part that really needs to make sure it's clean. I mean, you can see all that gunk that's on it. That's disgusting. That's horrible. Big reason you want to make sure your guns are clean all the time is it protects them from dirt and debris, lengthens their life. You take care of a gun properly, it'll last a couple of it'll last your life. It'll last you your lifetime. You take care of a gun religiously, it'll last generations. Your great grandkids will be shooting your firearms if you take care of them properly and religiously and make a routine out of it. Sorry guys, I keep missing the camera here. Now the thing about these Mossberg 702s, there's only one extractor claw. That's it right there. That's your extractor claw. There's only one of them. Get it nice and wiped down. And these gun wipes, they serve two purposes. A, they will clean whatever you wipe down on your gun with them. And B, once you have it clean, it also leaves behind just enough lubrication so that the gun is properly lubricated and it's not dripping with oil and your hand's not coated when you pull it away from the gun. And all of your metal parts need to be coated with a thin coat of oil. Helps protect from rust, helps waterproof them. Kind of like paint on your car. Keeps your the metal in the car's body from rusting. As recoil buffer, you really need to make sure you get that. These little friction pins, clean them suckers off too. And that's it. Almost. The last thing you need to wipe down, your barrel. Again, you wipe that down, it covers it in a thin coat of oil, and it helps protect it from like dew and the elements and all that other fun stuff that doesn't mix well with guns. Wipe your receiver down. Now it's time to put it all back together. So, first thing is first, you're going to get all of your bolt parts, starting with your spring and your guide rod. Take them and slip them in. Take the guide rod, slip it into the spring. It doesn't matter which way it goes in. You take your receiver and barrel assembly, turn it upside down on your rest so you can get a better angle to work on it. Take your bolt, slip the spring in, wait for the bolt handle. There's a little hole in the back of the receiver that's very obvious that you can see. That guide rod will slip right into it. Take it, push it back. Don't get it all the way in there yet. God, these Mossbergs are pain in the ass to work on. They're good guns, they fire fine. They're very reliable, they're just a fucking nightmare to deal with when you're maintaining them. Don't put that bolt all the way down in there, because you still need to get your charging handle in there. Slip it in to where it matches up, and then just push down. It'll slide right into place. Alright, next you're going to put your buffer in there. That buffer sits, this is the top of the receiver. This is the part that actually the bolt impacts, and you can see the little indentions on it. So if the gun is sitting upside down like I have it here on this rest, it needs to be sitting just like that in the very back of the receiver wall. Slip it in, and it's in. Now you take your trigger and sear assembly, your firing assembly, and you're going to do the same thing with it that you did all the other parts. You know, wipe it down and coat it in a thin coat of oil. Help protect it, help clean it a little bit more, lubricate it some. And you can see just how much dirt and grit these wipes are getting off of this thing that the Q-tip simply couldn't because it was dry. Alright, that's good, that's good. Wipe everything down completely, even the trigger guard and the mag release, because those are metal parts on this gun. You take it, you slip it in, and you pull that bolt back, and there you go. That little channel in there slips over top of the bolt, and it keeps it in place and it guides it. Take your friction pins, line up the holes and stick them back in. And I'm sorry if the angle is crappy, guys, but I'm doing what I can with what I got. And then your stock goes back on. I can't find my... Actually, yes, I can. I'm going to file this shit real quick. That way I don't have to deal with it. You can see where it's rubbing right here. The black is exposed. So I'm just going to take a file real quick. File it down. Not a lot, just enough to where it loosens up a little bit. And you don't have to be a fucking championship weightlifter to get this shit off. Alright, take this wipe, get this excess stuff off, the plastic and whatnot that I scraped away, line it up, slip it on, there it goes. Then take your screws, put them in where they belong, and screw them in. And it doesn't have to be extremely tight, just finger tight, guys, finger tight. That's the key word. It keeps your screws from getting stripped out, and your screw heads and your screwdrivers as well. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's so smooth. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. And do note that they make these in other color variations other than pink. So if there are any guys or girls out there that have one of these and it's not pink, it takes apart and reassembles the exact same. Thanks for watching. United we stand, divided we fall. Join the NRA.